let's get started with a little bit of a warm-up. We'll go ahead and stand up. You don't need any of your equipment just yet. And we'll get into a little bit of a jog or a march. And hopefully everybody is winding down their work day. If not, it's already done. And you're kind of easing into the evening. And then just start to hop this side to side. And if you're not hopping, it's a step tap going side to side. Hey, Abby. Going side to side here. Hello, Dennis. All right, we're going side to side, right to left. And then take these into butt kickers. So take the side to side movement out of things and just start to lift the heels upward. And then reverse that and start to bring the knees up to the chest. And remember, the modification here is to march instead of run. So if you're not feeling a run, march it out. Hey, Lauren, no problem. Glad you're here. We just got started like a minute ago. You missed very little. All right, let's step those feet out wider than the hips. Toes forward. I'm going to adjust my pants. Bend into one knee, bend into the other. And just taking that weight into your side lunge to either side. And it doesn't matter where you stop, whatever leg you're on now, stop there, turn towards that bent leg, find your high lunge stretch. Back heel is up, back leg is straight or straight-ish. Arms might be up, they might be down. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, bring that back foot in, turn to face the screen and fold over your legs. This is how we'll stretch our hamstrings today. Inhale to bend the knees, exhale to straighten. Two more, head is nice and heavy. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. One more time. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Keep the knees a little bent as you roll yourself up. And then take it to the other side, the high lunge side that you didn't do. And hopefully you have more stable shoes than I do and you're not slipping around. Again, any arms that you want that feel good. We're really trying to open up that back hip, particularly from sitting a lot. You might have some extra tightness here. And then once again, we'll face the screen, fold over, toes are forward. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. This time we'll keep the hips lifting up. We'll keep the legs fairly straight. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Start to heel toe the feet right underneath you. Bend the knees, let your head and arms hang, and roll yourself up. Take your hands to the low back. Push the hips forward, easy baby back bend, and then come and shake it out. If there are any other pieces that you need for your warm-up, we did a really short warm-up today, so feel free to add some things on. I'm going to hydrate. You might want to as well. Excuse me. We won't do any repetition today in our HIIT workout, so kind of a new exercise every time. We'll either be working with 30 seconds or a minute of work. And we'll start out first with that mini loop band. And again, if you don't have one, let Allison know in the Facebook group or in a DM. And two, if you don't have one today, don't fret, it's not a big deal. We're going to take this around the shins. First 30 seconds, you're hopping out or stepping out into a wide squat, but toes are forward, and then coming into taking that jack squat, but using the mini loop bands as extra resistance. The modification looks like step, 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 okay? Get yourself set up. Sorry, I drank a little too fast, that water. 30 seconds on the clock, here we go. We're out and down, we're in and narrow. You're going at a pace that feels fast for your body. You're sitting low in the squat. So don't kind of shirk the deep squat that you could be doing. Keeping that breath flowing. Arms can do anything. Last 3, 2, extra burn. Hold it out. Start to pulse. I'm going to turn this alarm off. 30 seconds there starts now. And you had probably a 5-second head start, but not a big deal. Notice if your belly is just kind of hanging out in space. Try to pull the ribs in, pull the belly in. Sit the hips back a little more. Find that flexion. Weight in the heels. Your quad should be burning. Maybe you step your feet a little wider. You're not turning your toes out. Ooh, feeling that burn. legs, glutes. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay. Keeping this band on. This time, legs are right under the hips. We're coming down into a squat, jumping up, or coming down into a squat and raising onto the heels. We're just keeping the bands on so we can use it for the next exercise after this. For this one, just finding that vertical jump, okay? Start in the depth of your squat. Decide if you're jumping or heel raising, and here you go. 30 seconds on the clock. Just like we did with the last squat, we'll add a little bonus burn. So be prepared for that. We're trying to get up high. Really think about pressing off the feet, powering up the legs, front and back of the legs. I like to swing my arms, give me that little momentum. You might too. You keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Calf raise. 30 seconds. Starts now. So you're standing tall. Just a nice simple calf raise. If you want a little more pressure, widen the feet, keep the glutes tight, keep the quads tight, keep the belly tight. Arms are wherever you want them to be. You have 15 more seconds. Pressing up, strong legs. This is that chance to recover your heart rate and your breath, but to keep your muscles active. Okay, come on down. Next move. We did this maybe like a week or 2 ago. I'm sure a lot of you have done this with other instructors at True. We're going to come into that squat, walk it back, out, in, up, down, walk it forward. Okay? We're going to combine the 2 moves we did. The squats only happen at the back. So when you come to the front, when you walk it back front, all you do is walk it back. You have that jack squat and that vertical jump or that vertical lift, and then you're hammering it forward. For this guy, we're going to do a full minute, so you have time to complete at least maybe 3 to 5 reps, okay? Here we go. And again, all this stuff I think is better done with music. Stay low in your squat. Again, at the back, it's that jack squat, that vertical jump. We combine our moves. The front gets nothing. It just gets that reverse jack, vertical. Take it forward. Take it back. Woo-hoo-hoo. Feeling those legs. Back, vertical. Walk it forward. Again, we don't have any repetition today. New moves every time in our HIIT workout. But you'll see maybe some familiar stuff like this one where we combine 2 moves we just did into 1 move here. 15 more seconds. Keep it up. And whatever your forward and back is, it's based on your space. I went out of order. Oh, that's okay. All right. Take this band off. Quick sip of water. If you need it, quick stretch of the hips. Figure 4 is always a nice stretch. Okay, let's grab those weights next. Again, you have heavy weights. I have 8. That feels heavy enough for me, but you might have 10s or 15s or 12s or even 5. We're going to turn out in our play squat. Toes turn out, heels are in. We're going to take the arms by the sides. We're staying in the squat. We have 30 seconds of shoulder presses and then stay in it because we have 30 seconds of little presses up. We're staying in that perpetual plie squat. 30 seconds starts now. Just that shoulder press, 90 degrees up to straighten. Think about the tops of the shoulders and the ears being really far apart, even when you press your fists up. Your belly is pulling back into your spine. Your weight is in both feet equally, both legs equally, less than 10 seconds. You keep going, and then start that pulse, 30 seconds in that pulse. Same move, it just becomes faster and smaller, much smaller. There's no straightening here. Notice if your ribs are starting to splay forward and you're arching your back, ribs in, belly in. Think long spine, supported by the front of the trunk. Woo, working those deltoids, working those shoulders. We're almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, team. Single arm work. For the purposes of this, you can just hold the weight that's not moving in the opposite hand. We'll start with right leg forward, left leg back. In a split stance lunge, if you need to bend the back knee, go for it. The arm that's working is the left arm, so you can let the weight in the right hand just rest on the right side. We'll take 1 row, 1 fly. 1 row, 1 fly. 30 seconds on this side, 30 seconds on the other. Start now. Here we go. Row to fly. Again, make sure the core feels engaged and you're not just throwing your arms around in space. It's a very conscious movement, elbow up and back, extend the arm, take it out. If you want to use that breath, you want to start getting that yoga in there, you can exhale every time you bend up and you open out. Last 3, keep going, 2, 1. All right, team, switch to the other side. Weight in the right hand, left side is the steady side. Here we go. Right arm, rows, flies, rows, flies. Helpful here with these moves, once you get them down, is just to focus your eyes forward of where you are, angled down a little bit can also be helpful, just to keep the back of the neck long so you're not crunching it up or really over tucking that chin. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay. One more round of moves with the weights. We're coming back into that plie squat. If you want to add a heel raise, you can either heel raise and tap or stay in a perpetual raise for the 30 seconds. Totally up to you. We have a bicep curl 2 times, then palms face the thighs, forward arm raise 2 times. Bicep curl to forward arm raise. We have a minute for this, so that you have plenty of time to get in good reps. Sit in your plie squat, take your palms forward, arms extended down. Here we go. 2 curls, 2 raises. Again, if you want, you could take that heel tap, or you could keep the heels up or keep the heels down. For that bicep curl, as always, upper arms stay connected to the body. For the raise, obviously, they come away from the body. Good news, we're almost halfway there. Again, broken record here, all about the core, even when we're not doing a core exercise. It helps you to stay balanced and stable and strong. Breath in, breath out. Less than 20 seconds, you got this. And then we'll come in to body weight as our next series of movements. Getting more cardio. And drop those weights. Again, take a moment. Good time to get some water. Good time to just reset, stretch the arms, the shoulders, whatever you need. Body weight exercises. We have a full burpee. You can add the push-up if you so desire, or you could decide not to add the push-up. Doesn't matter to me. When you come down, you have 8 knee drives total, 4 on each side. Then you have 2 half burpees, and then you're back up to start over. Again, because there's a lot to this movement, you have a minute to do it. 1 full burpee, you stay down. 8 knee drives alternating, 4 on each side. Then 2 half burpees that jump in, jump out, or step in, step out. Then you repeat all over again. Get yourself ready. I'll bring my timer over here. 1 minute on the clock. Start now. Remember that mod. You're not jumping. You're stepping. You're not hopping your knees. You're pulling your knees in. So I'm doing the mod now. If you want to know what that looks like. If you're not doing the mod, those explosive jumps, maybe that push-up, those explosive hops. And I know some of you are probably making this really big and explosive. Keep it up. Keep that breath up. You're trying to tire yourself out by the end of this. Great news, 20 more seconds on the clock. Full body working. Great news, we have that yoga after this as our cool down, our stretch. Almost there. And up. All right, body weight again. Mountain climbers, and we'll do them the correct way according to our fierce owner. Hands down, right leg outside of right arm, left leg back. You either jump or step to come into this wide lunge on the other side. If you're not jumping, step wide, step back. If you are jumping, you're hopping from one foot to the other. Your hands are in a plank position. Your legs are wider than your hands. 30 seconds starts now. You're trying to go fast. You're trying not to let that booty creep up too high. And you're trying to keep the arms straight. Using that breath. I know you might be tired. My body's a bit fatigued too, but keep it up. Push yourself. You came here for a reason. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Okay, next 30 seconds. Again, just body weight, no other tools, still cardio. We're going to hop side to side. That's it for 30 seconds. You're trying to pull one knee into the chest and then the other knee, okay? Lateral movement. As always, if you're not jumping, it's a step, pull, step, pull. If you're jumping, it's wide, it's big, okay? 30 seconds starts now for that Heisman. Like you're jumping over an object. You're pressing the outsides of the feet down. You're moving fast. Again, mod, you're still moving fast. You're finding that tuck and pull. Jumpers, you're jumping safely. We've all got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, last body weight cardio. We'll return to squats. Oh joy. Facing one side or the other of your room. Tapping one hand down. I'm right dominant, so I'm gonna take my right hand down. I'm gonna come up, jump, left hand down. Again, the mod, step, step, squat, step, step, squat. Otherwise, jump, switch, tap, jump, switch, tap. Get really low in the hips. I'm coming into a bit of a sumo squat where my toes are turned out. Feel free to keep your toes forward or out, whatever works for you. Pick a side. One hand down. Here we go. 180 hops or 180 steps. Explosive movement from the lower body. Your legs are so powerful and strong. Use them. Try to tap that floor every time. Less than 10 seconds. And stop. Again, quick pause, water, towel off, walk it out, stretch it out. Whew. Okay, we're coming into glides next. If you don't have glides, rags, dishcloths work well, or socks. Disclaimer, we're starting with the hands. So if you're using socks, you're gonna actually want to put socks on your hands. Make sure they're clean socks. Glides are under either hand. You're in a plank. If straight arm plank doesn't work for you, you're on your forearms. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It'll do enough. We're coming into plank, wash on, wash off, alternating arms. Think belly to the spine, Think strong through my legs. My right arm circles away from me, then my left arm, then my right arm circles into me, and then my left arm. So we're going clockwise, clockwise, counter, counter, okay? We'll wash on, wash off, wash off. Tongue twister, okay. 30 seconds of that. Find your plank. Glides under your hands, rags under your hands, socks on your hands. Here you go. Wash it on, wash it on, wash it off, wash it off. And just keeping that little metronome in your head. If your form starts to falter, you drop to your knees, but you keep your hips forward. Harder than it looks to not move any other part of your body but your arms. Really works that stability in the core, which is what we're going for. Works the shoulders, legs are helping. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay. Glides on the feet. One under each leg. Pikes into crunch. Straight leg pikes. For my TRX folks who are missing TRX, we're going to bring it into our lives without the straps. Find your plank, straight legs, pull the feet in, press the plank, and then bend the knees, tuck and curl, press the plank. So it's pike, plank, crunch, plank. Very different movements. Make sure the pike feels like a pike, hips high. Make sure the crunch feels like a rounding, like a poke in the belly button. You have a minute for this. Give you plenty of time to do it. Here we go. Pike, crunch. You go at your own pace, but again, this is HIIT. We're trying to move fast, but keep good form. Whole body here. If you start to feel pinching in your low back, slow it down. Maybe take a moment to pause. Otherwise, you're going nice and fast. Good news, we passed the halfway point. Not easy stuff, but you've got this. Keep on going. I've stopped, but you shouldn't. 15 more seconds to go. That heart rate is pounding. Your shoulders are working. Your core is on. Your legs are on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next. Glide still. This time a little bit different. We're going to work laterally. Legs come out and in. Right knee to left arm for a twist. Left knee to right arm. Abduct, adduct, single leg twist, single leg twist. Just 30 seconds. Try to move as fast as you can. This is the last plank exercise during HIIT. Can't promise no planks in yoga, okay? Find your plank. Set it up. Here we go. V in, twist, twist. V in, twist, twist. Of course, this speed that I'm moving doesn't have to be your speed, but find something that feels quick for your body. The glides are taking away that friction, so you should be able to move fast, unless you get caught up in your mind like I just did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, final move here, friends. We're going to come onto our backs. Working the legs. Option to add the weights. You don't have to, though. We'll bring the arms overhead, feet flat. We have glute press, chest fly, back. This is 30 seconds, and we'll build on from there. I'll talk us through it when we get there. Set yourself up. 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Making sure you're keeping those arms straight or kind of straight. You could have a mini bend in your elbow. I have one in mine. Just watch, though, that you're not flinging your arms out to the sides. You're really drilling your feet to lift your hips and pushing your arms out and squeezing them in. Wrists are stable. Core is tight. Booty is tight. Keep on going. I've stopped. You shouldn't. Hold the hips up. Little presses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, to stay up. Bend the elbows, skull crushers. Push the weights up. Again, you don't have to have weights if you don't want to. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Lift higher in the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the weights down by the sides. Keep the hips up. Lift the right leg. All the weight is in your left leg. Lower your hips halfway down, all the way up for 10, 9. Push through the right foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right down, left up. We haven't dropped the butt in quite a while. Down and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down. Sit yourself up. You don't need your weight. Couple more exercises here before our yoga. Hands behind you. Fingers turn towards your feet. So lift those hips up. Tricep extensions. We have 30 seconds of these. And then keeping the arms straight, right, left. If you feel comfortable jumping this, you can. I personally do not feel comfortable doing that, so I did just 3. But if you feel good doing 30 seconds of them, take it away. First though, tricep extensions. Hands under the shoulders, feet in front of you. Here we go. Bend and straighten. Remember with this, it's really all the arms. It's not the pelvis. So if you're moving your pelvis, you're isolating the wrong part of the body for this particular exercise. It's the arms. It's the triceps. Bend, straighten. You want to push into that flat hand for 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay up. Lift your right leg. And here we go. Switching those legs. Either that tap or that jump if you feel comfortable. You're not jumping your hands. You're jumping your feet. Pressing through the heels. Belly tight. You have about 15 seconds. Keep it up. Keep it up. You've got this. And stop. Take it down. Final thing, scapular push-ups are down dog. Familiar yoga shape. So we're taking push-ups here, bending the elbows and straightening them. So coming into that inverted V shape, elbows bend to the sides, crown of head goes to the floor, and you push your body up. It's not hip shifting. It's not shoulder shifting. It's just bend and straighten. Okay? 30 seconds on the clock. Start now. That scapular push-up. Crown of head towards the floor. Belly pulled into the spine. You could take this as fast as you want. Just make sure your form doesn't falter. Stay in your down dog. Don't let yourself get into that land between down dog and plank for this. Keep the legs strong. Keep pushing down into the hands. Time-wise, we're almost there. And stop. All right, grab a quick sip of water. Coming into our yoga. You also, if you were wearing shoes, want to take those shoes off. You also may want to take your socks off. And get any of that equipment out of the way if it's in your way right now. And we'll return to that down dog shape that we were just in for our scapular push-ups. This time though, start to pedal out the knees when you get there. So bending into one knee, bending into the other knee. Letting your head, going to move around in a swivel a bit here. And then we'll start just opening out the legs before we get into our sun A's and our sun B's. Inhale, right leg lift. Bend the knee, open the hip. Let the foot fall to the left. And then step the right foot outside of the right hand. So this was that shape we were in those mountain climbers. In yoga, this is called lizard. We'll take a moment with the back leg straight, pushing through the heel. Inside of the front leg is connected to the outside of that arm. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, gently lower the back knee. And then maybe start to lower yourself down a little bit. You may come to one forearm, you may come to the other. You might let your head fall. Some of you might want to turn out this front foot, toes towards the right. You have 2 more breaths. And if you'd like to add some rocking in the hips, a twist or a quad stretch, those are totally valid. And then start to bring yourself up. Early half pigeon. Take this right foot, slide it over towards the left. Come to the pinky side of the right foot, take the right knee over to the right, and then lower the hips down. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. I tuck mine because of my kneecaps. I don't like the way it feels when my toes are untucked in half pigeon, but you do what works for you. Before we fold, take the hands outside of the legs, 10 the fingers, and think about lifting up, almost actually as if you were going to pull the pubic bone an inch or 2 higher. And then keep that sense of lift, but start to fold forward. You have 3 breaths here. Big full inhale. Juicy exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And start to walk your hands up. Weight in the right hip to swing the left leg around. Some early stretches today. Extend the legs forward for Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lift your arms up. Keeping the length in the spine, let your arms fall. And then back of the hands, it's almost like they have glides. Let them slide forward. Keep your collarbone broad. When you feel like you've hit your edge and you'll start to round, don't yet let yourself round. Keep that opening and just breathe there. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Keep pushing through the feet. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, lift yourself up. Cross your shins. Make your way to down dog. All of that on the left leg. Once again, in down dog, you can walk it out. You can move the head around, whatever you need to do. And left leg lifts, and then you open the hip. Left heel towards the right glute. And then left foot steps out, lizard. Active lizard first. Inside of left leg connecting to outside of left arm. Right knee is lifted, right heel is pushing back. So you're getting that lovely stretch. And then gently lower the knee. And maybe come down. Maybe turn out the front foot. Maybe twist or quad stretch. Again, the world is your oyster here. What do you need? What does your body need? Based on what you've done today and this week. Or maybe what you haven't done. Two more breaths. Start to come up, and again, we'll set up half pigeon. Slide that left foot, again, over to the right hand. Make sure the left foot is flexed. Take the left knee to the left. Walk the hands back. And find that lift through the spine. Again, before you fold into the stretch, feel that there's even weight in both sides of the body, the right and the left, and then start to find the fold. Dropping as low as you want to go. And seeing if you can settle in here. Settle into the sensation in the left hip. All right, as you start to walk yourself up, take the weight in the left hip, swing the right leg around. This time, butterfly, also known as Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Feet together, knees wide. Inhale, lift the spine up, just like Paschimottanasana. We'll keep the length as if somebody's kind of chopping you at the hip crease. Keep the length and fold. Think about reaching your chest, your neck, your head away from your low back. So the spine continues to lengthen even as it drops down. And again, when you start to feel that caving in of the shoulders, resist that. Keep yourself open. We spend so much time in the day with that rounding. This is an opportunity to intentionally take out the rounding, create the length. One more breath. All right, bring yourself up. Shake it out. Come to down dog. Now we'll get into those vinyasas. First, lift the legs together, lift the heels high, bend the knees, look to the hands. Step or hop. We've done a lot of movement, so feel free to hop if you want. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the feet. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Push the hips forward, little back bend. Exhale, fold all the way over. Inhale, half lift. Plant the palms, your vinyasa. And if you feel like hopping back to plank, remember it's hopping back to chaturanga. So you hop to those bent elbows. Any back bend you want, cobra or up dog. Meeting in down dog, legs close. Lift the heels high, bend the knees, look between the hands. Step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the feet, lengthen the spine and reach up. Baby back bend. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Go through that flow again. I'm starting to connect this movement so it doesn't feel like mindless movement to the breath. Every time you transition in your vinyasa, it's a transition in your breath. And we'll meet in down dog. This time, intentionally widen the feet. So your feet are at the edges of the mat. Walk the hands about halfway to the mat. Open twist. Left hand down, right arm up. As you open the right arm, bend the left knee. And these open twists, for those of you that are pregnant or thinking about being pregnant, these are great. These open twists, closed twists we want to watch out for. Take one more breath. Come on back to center. Same thing other side. Right hand down, right knee bends, left arm opens, spinning to the ceiling, creating space. Exhale, hand down. Walk yourself to your feet. Heel to the feet, hips distant. Bend the knees. Take the fingertips to the mat. So like you're getting ready to do something powerful, because you are. Chair pose, Utkatasana, also known as fierce pose. So feeling that sense of ferocity in the legs, belly supporting the spine, that's fierce. Shoulders pulling down the back, lats on, that's fierce. On your next inhale, heels rise. Focus your eyes on the ground, and then begin to push your body up into mountain. See if you can keep your heels off the ground. Eventually you want to adjust your eyes more eye level in front of you. Take a breath in. Drop the heels, bend the elbows, exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold over the legs. Walk yourself out to plank. Go through your flow. Getting into our funky sunbeam, right leg lift. Keep the right leg straight, roll forward into plank. Pause here. Bend the right knee, heel towards the glutes. And then you have some choices. You can stay here and take 3 breaths. You can keep the shape in the right leg, spin onto the pinky side of the left foot, left hand, and take this funky variation of side plank. Either way is good. 3 breaths. Here we go. Last breath. We'll all meet back where we started, hamstring curl plank. Everybody pull the knee into the chest, lift the back, dome the back, step the right foot forward, high lunge. Back heel lifted, back leg long. So we're coming into the stretch we did in the warm-up, but now maybe we feel juicier. We feel like we can drop the hips a little, we can wiggle the back foot a little. There's more strength to squeeze the thighs inward. We're reaching those arms up. Bend the elbows. Before we start to back bend, think about pulling the elbows back and the shoulder blades down and together, and then begin to lift your sternum and your rib cage up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Head forward, arms back. Power lunge. You can stay with the arms airplaned or take a clasp. We'll slide forward for warrior 3, keeping that left hip bone facing the ground, lift the left leg. 3 breaths, warrior 3. Open collarbone, shoulder blades drawing towards each other. Coming into a balance, one-legged mountain. Release the hands, pull the left knee forward. Tree pose, bit of balance, open the left knee out. If you normally do a lower version of tree, try today, just try it. Left foot at the right inner thigh. Intentionally push the inner thigh to the foot. So it's not all foot in, it's also leg in. Reaching the arms up, 3 breaths here. You're tall, you're proud, you're strong. Warrior 2, step the left foot back, right leg forward, arms really wide. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. One more time, this dancing warrior. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, take it forward. We'll stay in side angle. Your right arm can rest on your leg, or maybe you feel really open and juiced, right fingertips come down. Start to spin the left ribs up, and then turn this left palm to face back. Bend at the elbow, take the hand either to the sacrum, the low back, or wiggle it into that right hip crease. 2 more breaths here. Creating space in the chest, space between the ear and the top of the shoulder. And then unravel, lift yourself up. Star pose, toes out, heels in, arms lifted. This is one of the simplest, but I think one of the greatest yoga poses. Wide, open, long. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the mat, bending the left knee, the back knee, straightening the right leg. Remember that for some of us, the shape looks more elevated in the hips. That's fine. For others of us, it looks lower in the hips. And for others of us, it might be that we need to lift that back heel. You do what accommodates your body. Just keeping that front leg straight and knee up to the ceiling. Take 1 more breath here. And then warrior 2 to the front of the mat. You could choose to use your hands or just use your legs. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg, reach back. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Go 3 or slow. We've got that left side waiting for us in down dog. Feeling the length in down dog, feeling the grounding in the hands, left leg lift. Keep it long, roll forward to plank. Again, you have choices. We'll all start with the hamstring curl, heel to the butt. Stay in plank or open to side plank. Right hand down, left hand up. 3 breaths. We'll meet in plank, hamstring curl. Dome the back, pull the knee into the collarbone. Step the left foot forward, crescent lunge, reach up, look up. Again, put some power here. Power in the inner thighs, power in the extension of the back leg, power in the bend of the front leg. Gradually back bending, starting first with bent elbows, then pulling the blades together, really feeling that sense of contraction, and then tipping the sternum up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, power lunge. This side, reach your arms forward. Like when we had our arms back, you can choose hands apart or together. Just notice if your shoulders react to the hands together and maybe keep them apart. Sliding into warrior 3, shifting that weight forward, push down and left, lift up and back with right, 3 breaths. Keep pulling that inner right thigh down, wrapping it in. 1 more breath. One-legged mountain, pull the right knee in. Find your drishti, find your balance. Right knee out, tree pose. Again, see if you can snuggle the right heel into the groin. And bring the arms back up. Refocus the eyes, find your breath. Warrior 2, right foot back, left foot forward. 3 of those dancing warriors. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach back. Creating that space in the waist. One more go. Inhale. Exhale. Staying in this side angle, wrap the right ribs up, pull the chest up. Maybe the left hand slides lower. Maybe the right arm, palm faces back. You bend the elbow, you find your half bind. And I didn't mention it on the right, but of course, if you have a full bind and you want to go there, go there. One more breath here. And then unravel everything, star pose. That really simple turn out of the feet, straighten up the legs and the arms, lift of the chest. Skandasana, we bend the back knee, sink the hips. Front leg is straight and turned out. Maybe our hands come off the mat to balance. They don't have to. One more breath here. And then warrior two with power, with strength, with ease. Inhale, reverse triangle, left leg straightens. Exhale, hands down, go through your flow. This time when you get to down dog, you have 4 breaths to do whatever you want. So if you're feeling jazzy and experimental, you could play with arm balances or inversions if you feel safe doing so in your home. If, like me, you feel like rest is better for you, this is time for you to child's pose or get water or just sit and be still. You have 3 more breaths. All right, yogi, we'll repeat that flow, breath to movement, and we'll add just a few more balances on at the end. So make your way to down dog if you're not yet there. Like we did before, we'll start from the back of the mat. So crawl the hands to the feet. Sit the hips low, fingertips to the mat, and then lift the chest with the arms. Find the energy, find the power, heels raise. Once again, we'll lift all the way up to mountain. You don't have to have your heels super high off the ground, but take it slow. Feel the legs engaged. Drop the heels. Exhale, standing back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Chair pose, sit low, reach back. Just one more round of chair. You can stay here or interlace the fingers. You can stay here or drop the belly to the thighs for a half chair. You can stay there or lift the heels. Take one more breath. Everybody forward fold, let it go, shake it out. Walk to your plank, go through your flow. Right leg lifts, 3-legged. Roll forward, hamstring curl, stay or side plank. If you want to add on, bring your right hand around, grab your right ankle. Exhale, come back, hamstring curl plank. Knee to chest round. Step the right foot through, high lunge. Bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart, find your back bend. Exhale, power lunge, head forward, arms back. Find that diagonal. From here, warrior 3. Slide it forward. One-legged mountain. Pull the left knee in, reach it up. Open the left knee out, tree pose. Just one round of breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Warrior 2, left foot back. One time, inhale, reverse, reach it back. Exhale, side angle. This is where we add on. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, left hand to the hip. Slide your body forward and then down half moon. 2 more breaths here. And if you want to lift your left arm up, or maybe you want to take your hands to a different place. Sometimes I like to take my hand to the shoulder in front and my hand to the hip in the back. And then from here, chair pose, top of the mat. Sit low, reach high. Weight in the right foot, lift the left leg, one-legged mountain. We've been here many times before. Left thigh over right. Find your eagle leg. Squeeze your thighs like you really have to go to the bathroom. And then tee the arms out. Left elbow is the one that's under. Hands are at the shoulders or hands are together. Inhale, elbows high. Exhale, hips low. Take one more breath. Inhale, elbows high. Exhale, hips low, standing splits, hands to the ground, left leg up. Remember, this shape doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to look impressive. We're just tipping the chest down and lifting that left leg up. If that left leg starts to get floppy and bendy, think about pushing out through the heel. Engage the glute, lengthen the leg. Take one more breath, and then step back, crescent lunge. Hands to the mat, go through your flow. Left side, left leg lift, inhale. Roll forward, hamstring curl in plank. Stay or side plank. And if you're side planking, maybe left hand to the left ankle. Come back, plank hamstring curl. Build in the back, knee to chest. Left foot to the mat, hands to the ceiling, crescent lunge. Bend the elbows, pull the blades, lift the heart, back bend. Head forward, arms forward, hands are apart or together, power lunge. Fire it up, warrior three. Take it forward, lift the right leg. Bend the right knee, come into that one-legged mountain. Open the right knee, tree pose. One breath, foot to leg, leg to foot. Step it back, warrior two. One round of dancing warrior. Bend the left knee, reach the left arm back. Keep the left knee bent, reach it forward. Return to warrior two. Half moon, right hand to the hip. Reach out with the left arm like you're reaching for somebody you actually really like, you want to hold hands with, and then take that hand down. Again, the lifted leg, it's all about the glute and the length in the leg. That's what helps you to stabilize and to stay strong. One more breath. Chair pose, top of the mat. Adjust the feet if you need to. Weight in the left foot. Lift the right leg. One-legged mountain. Eagle wrap. Right side over left. Again, squeeze the thighs together. Tee the arms right under left. Inhale, elbows higher. Exhale, hips lower. Again, inhale, elbows higher. Exhale, hips lower. Slowly unravel, let it go. Oh, sorry, standing splits. Sorry, guys. Hands down. Right leg up. Don't want to forget evening that out. Head is heavy. Leg is lifted again. Optics aside, it should just feel like a nice stretch. The insides of the thighs are going in opposite directions. Step the right foot back. High lunge. Now, hands to the mat. Go through your flow. Once again, when you get through the vinyasa into down dog, take these breaths how you will. You have about 5 of them. And so whether that's staying still or moving around, go for whatever your heart desires. You have 2 more breaths. And we'll meet on our knees for camel as our back bend today. I feel like camel is not often a back bend that's taught. I don't teach it very much, but it's actually quite a lovely back bend you get out of maybe the anxiety around it if you've done it before and it's made you feel anxious, or again, the optics of what you've seen some people do in the shape. Today, we're just kind of going wherever we can go, 2 rounds, 5 breaths each. We'll start sitting on the knees. If, like me, you're on a hardwood floor and you need padding, you just roll up your mat and create yourself some extra padding. If back bending is not something you feel super adept at or you just don't really like it, I would tuck the toes. That lifts the heels up. It makes it a little more accessible. Otherwise, toes are untucked. We'll start out facing whatever your forward is. Before we do any back bending, I want you to think about your thighs lifting up, your glutes engaging, and your hamstrings long. So the legs are really active here. So is the belly. Then take the hands behind you on your low back. Some people like to have their fingers facing down. Some people like to have them up. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable, you go for that facing. And then start to squeeze the elbows as much as you can in towards the center of your back. From here, think about pushing the hips forward. You want to keep them over the knees, but pushing forward is a nice action to think about. And then, just like we did in high lunge, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades and lift the sternum. This might be where you stay for your 5 breaths. Some of you might feel like you can start to reach up and back. If your legs are coming back with you, you're doing a little too much. Keep those legs forward and think about this as happening from the mid-back. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself for a moment just to sit on your heels. You can actively push your thighs away from you. And then one more round. And you may feel like where you just went was your edge and you go back there. Some of you may feel like you have a little more space in your body this round, and so you go a little bit deeper. Hands to go back. Again, we're active in the legs. We have a nice neutral pelvis. Start to lift the sternum, lift the heart. Keep the hips over the knees. Maybe reach for those heels, one hand or the other. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly, carefully come out. Again, nothing major as a counter pose, just sitting on the heels. Push the thighs away from you. Close the eyes if you'd like. And find your breath. Weight comes to either hip. Swing the legs around, and we'll finish opening up through the hamstring. So finally, we get to use that strap, that scarf that I told you to grab. Laying on down. Left leg gets long on the mat. Foot flicks. Right foot gets the strap, the scarf, the jacket, whatever you're using, the towel. 3 breaths, hand to big toe pose. And those of you that really want to go for the extra credit, you can take the pose, first 2 fingers around the big right toe if you want to. We've all got the head grounded, the shoulder blades grounded, the back of the body grounded. And then inhale, open the leg to the right. And then exhale, come back to center. You have 2 choices. You could take the strap in the left hand and come into an IT band stretch and just stop there. Remember, for this, you want both butt cheeks on the ground. Or you can come into a full twist, in which case both of your butt cheeks come off the ground. See, whatever is going to feel better for you tonight, that's where you are. 2 more breaths. And then we'll go ahead and come back to center, switch sides, left foot in strap, unless you're using the hand to big toe pose version. Right leg long, breathing into those hamstrings. Strap in the left hand, open the left leg out. Keep right shoulder, right hip anchored. And then again, you decide, is it halfway across the body IT band, or is it that full mega twist? Whatever you need. And then come back to center. Release the strap, bring the knees into the chest, and start to rock around a little bit on your low back. Maybe there's a happy baby that comes out of this. Maybe there's something else. So doing what you feel like you need to finish up your practice. And whenever you're ready to, 2 choices for Shavasana today. One is Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Same kind of Shavasana, arms just hanging by the sides. Or traditional, legs long, arms wide. And I'll give you about a minute or so here And if you're someone who has trouble relaxing, see if you can start to focus your mind on one thing. And as you do, feel a softening in your body and your breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, big exhale. And since you all are still on your back, start to move your body. And as you're on your back, you might want to eventually stretch arms and legs long, maybe taking that kind of laddering of one side higher and then the other. And then coming onto your right side or your left side in a fetal position, whatever works better for you. And taking a moment in this pose, since we didn't set an intention, to maybe set one for the remainder of the work week ahead or the weekend ahead. And bring yourself to a comfortable seat. You can sit however you want, and we will finish off this class with hands in prayer, one round of breath. You can close your eyes if you want. Sitting tall, sitting proud, sitting strong. Deep breath in. Open the mouth and let go. Namaste, guys. Thank you so much for joining.